it's an honour to be in the office of, well, a national treasure and a comedy legend. And it's really, really very surreal because this is Eric Morecambe's home. And obviously Eric died nearly 40 years ago. And his widow obviously treasured everything and didn't move or get rid of anything. So this is a time capsule, and it's really quite, well, surreal to be standing in a room that's just full and untouched for the last 40 years. So you've got Eric's music cassettes, you've got all of his books, you've got tankards presented to him from ATV in the 60s. There's a really amazingly heavy TV award, TV Times 1980, Eric Morecambe elected to the Television Hall of Fame. And it's just amazing. We've got that's his wedding photograph. And it's been sat on the top of the bookcase for the last 40 plus years. It's just amazing. And you sort of don't know where to begin in terms of cataloguing, because every drawer that I've opened and every shelf I've looked in is packed full of stuff, and everything sort of tells us a story. So, I mean, flicking through these just now, I can see he's got like 1940s joke books, Robert Orban gags and jokes. And it might not look like something that has huge intrinsic value ordinarily. I mean, I love them. I love the lithographic covers even. But what's amazing is Eric has actually underlined and sort of lifted jokes out of them and obviously reworked them for his own needs. But I mean, how amazing are they? That's sort of, you can see the process of his creative art form, and I think it is an art comedy, and his timing was exceptional. And I think the other thing I've got a sense of looking through this office is it's kind of strange to think that he would have sat in here writing scripts that we're all familiar with and from Morecambe and Wise shows, and that's kind of crazy really. But also look at what he's reading. I mean, it's almost all joke books, books of limericks, books on music hall history, books of insults and quips and quotes. This is obviously someone who just never sort of switched off, and it's known that he was very humble and perhaps had a sense that his success and fame could almost just be lifted and taken away from him overnight. And it's that, I suppose these days we call it like imposter syndrome, and it's quite nice to think that he would have sat in this office and always been reading and studying the greats of comedy and the art form of comedy. So like there's just loads of joke books, party jokes, one-liners, and when you look through them, they're all well thumbed and well read, but they're actually like annotated. There's notes in the margins, and he's obviously like constantly feeding and developing his talent. And looking through, I mean, there's a theatre programme here from the Empire in Middlesbrough, and this goes back to 1951, so this is really, really early. And there in the very, very back, you've got Morecambe and Wise. So that's, you know, that's a really early theatre programme, but it shows that, I suppose these days we've got almost people that can make it big very, very quickly, YouTube stars and all the rest of it, and whether they last is another matter really. But this is someone that sort of learnt his craft as a very, very young man, and probably made mistakes and got bad reviews at the very, very beginning, learnt from them, and it sort of shows really how much work and skill has gone into this guy's career. So it's just amazing. So this hallway here, there's these amazing original cartoons that would have been in newspapers and elsewhere. So you've got a Giles there. That's quite an important thing. Ink and watercolour, original cartoon, quite a big thing as well. Morecambe wise. Various pictures and portraits, cartoons, caricatures, and a really nice one by Scarf there of Eric in the bathtub with a large pike. As I say, he was a keen angler, so that's quite amazing. He was a huge Luton fan, so that's quite nice. I mean, it's just sort of a homemade thing, but actually quite a striking image, especially when you think of Eric's connection to the club. So that's amazing. So Eric used to write here, and I presume Ernie would join him, and Eric and Ernie would sit here and do their amazing writing, and Eric would look out the window and see the birds flying around, because he was a keen bird watcher, just like myself. And look, you know, unchanged, untouched ornaments of birds, interspersed with BAFTA awards, sculptures. It's just absolutely amazing to be in his home and in his element. You look round and there's like it's all family photographs, and he just looks like such a fun, happy character that would have lit up the room and brought a smile to everyone's face. Lollipops. It's just surreal. My mother-in-law used to have a crush on him, actually, on Eric Morecambe, and to be fair to the guy, he made, you know, being bespectacled and balding quite sexy, for which I'll be eternally grateful. So, like, as you look round at all this stuff, there's pipes. Obviously, that's sort of a trademark that we associate with him. But as you look at these, what's quite amazing is they're all like really chewed and actually broken. And Eric's son Gary was telling me that obviously he was a big Luton fan, and when he used to watch Luton, he would get so tense he would break a pipe stem every match. So he'd actually chomp down and break them. So how magical is that? These chewed and broken pipe stems from when Eric Morecambe was watching Luton. And looking over there, there's quite a nice, cute Luton Town FC lamp. There's like these little touches everywhere to his interests, and it's just remarkable that all this stuff is just here, as it always was. I mean, right down to, that's one of his ties, and there he is wearing the same tie when he's receiving an honorary degree. And it's the same tie. So we've even got, you know, all of Eric's clothes. It's like I say, unprecedented to have such a collection. And you look over here and there's his passport. Look at that. Young man. His tobacco pouch with his initials, and that still smells really nice of quality pipe tobacco. So how nice is that? I found a load of press photographs, and these are really nice, like publicity cards. So they're photographs that would have been sent out to fans, so all the fan mail he was getting, and actually they're all signed. So these were ones that didn't get sent out, so crikey. Every single one is signed. And some lovely images as well. Really nice black and white photographs. And then going on from there, there's quite unusual, like there's these stickers the Morecambe and Wise special is coming. I think the Christmas special in 1977 got like 28 million viewers, and dinner at Buckingham Palace was delayed because they were watching the Morecambe and Wise show. So that's how huge they were. But these are lovely, really nice publicity stills, and you've got like press captions and stuff on the back. Some of these are from their movies. That's a nice image. I do feel, being in his home, the fact that it's all untouched, like this time vault, I do feel like Eric could just walk in at any moment and sit down, because it looks like he's still here, really. The ornaments and the wallpaper, everything is sort of frozen in time. So it's a strange feeling, quite surreal to think, you know, he lived here, but it does feel like he could just walk in and he's watching over us, making sure we do a thorough job. No pressure.